Hello everyone, my name is Will Shu. I'm the Global Product Line Manager for Performance here at Keen Footwear. I wanted to take an opportunity today to walk you through one of our latest collections and something we're really excited about, and it's our Revel IV family, which is the newest in our winter collection. Going to start here from left to right and start with our high polar silhouette, our EXP mid, and then our mid-polar silhouette. And I'll go into a little bit of each of those, some common feature sets across the entire family, and then dive into a little bit deeper about each of the silhouettes by themselves. Our high polar comes in a men's and women's. Our EXP is men's only, and our mid-polar is men's and women's as well. To start, we'll start here with the high polar, and just to notice the difference here between the men's and women's. On the men's we have a little bit more of an understated quilting pattern, and then on women's a little bit more of a geometric design on that quilting pattern. That's the only difference here between men's and women's, between the patterns. Same feature set across both of these, same materials, only difference is that little bit of quilting. But starting here with our men's high polar, some new features that we're really excited about, and we'll start here at the bottom and work our way up. So the first piece is the new outsole, and this is what we're calling our Keen Polar Traction outsole. And you'll notice there are these very specific black and yellow lugs here, and these black and keen yellow lugs. And these lugs are very specifically designed to have a microscopic glass and glass fiber bead in them. And so that glass fiber bead actually provides great traction on flat surfaces and on ice. Those glass beads dig into the surface and really provide a great traction across a lot of different surfaces, most importantly on ice. Then we've surrounded that with our Keen Freeze outsole, so our very specifically designed lower freezing point, tackier rubber for that cold conditions. So overall, just a great new development for us in terms of our outsole, and just a great performance on ice and snow. Then working our way up inside the boot, and it's difficult to see here because it's inside the midsole, but we have our heat trapolator. And that's just an aluminized film that we have inside the midsole that helps reflect heat back into the boot and really help keep you nice and toasty in this boot. So in our high polar, this is rated to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not minus 40 Celsius. But just a great rating in terms of heat, and really helps work with the entire system in conjunction. Then keep working up through the rest of the boot and into the upper here. We have our LWG leather working group, better leather certified upper. Nice medium to high oil content leather, really nice rich looking leather. Just some very nice durable features. We have a nice scratch rubber toe here, which really helps provide some durability and some protection on the toe. We have our nice shell back, very common feature for the Revel family, seen in the Revel III and some of the other series, but a nice new updated design. They're a little bit more sleek design, but still gives you that nice toe off and help kick it off easily. Then internally within this boot, there's 400 grams of insulation on the high polar, which helps get that minus 40 rating in terms of insulation. Just a great boot overall for really cold conditions. We have a couple other features here. I just want to call out all of this ripstop mesh, all this performance ripstop mesh on the collar, and you'll see that again in the Revel Exp is all 100% post-consumer recycled polyester. So really trying to do that. Additionally, all of the insulation inside this boot, you can start to see it here a little bit in the collar, is all 100% post-consumer recycled polyethylene terephthalate, or PET. So a great consciously created story throughout this boot, as well as a great performance story. Taking a little bit more time to dive into some other just little details that really I think just take this boot to the next level. This is what we're calling our thermal insole, or thermal heat insole. Just a nice felt top cloth, really helps retain the heat. Then also, you can just barely see, it also has that very thin layer of the aluminumized film there that really helps reflect heat back up into the boot and keep you nice and warm and toasty. As I said, women's high polar, very similar feature set to the men's. Only difference really here is the quilting. Then moving on to the second silhouette in our collection, this is our men's Revel Exp polar. Really nice boot here, made a little bit more performance focused. This is that combination of really nice ripstop mesh, really focused on being lighter, faster, really the boot that you can get out and just do just about anything in those winter conditions. Same great traction story, all that same polar traction lug as well as Keen Freeze rubber base, then just mixed with a little bit lighter upper. In place where on the other Revels we have this ripstop, we then go with a nice 1200D nylon canvas, really durable boot. Just designed to be that great, do everything, very performance focused, a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more alpine focused boot. So very similar feature set here. It has all the same features as the high polar. So you get all of the same great thermal insole, that same heat trap later in the midsole, the great traction story. Only difference here, this is 200 grams of insulation, so a little bit less insulation in this boot. Helps lighten it up a little bit. Same recycled insulation. That 200 gram of insulation is rated to -25 or -32 Celsius. The final boot in our collection here is the MidPolar. Again, very similar to the Revel Exp in terms of heights, 200 gram insulation, same polar traction story, same great LWG story as the high polar, just bringing that back to the leather. So again, this is available in both men's and women's for this MidPolar collection. But again, designed to be that combination of performance in the midsole and outsole, a little bit more of the lifestyle, more classic upper. So just a nice, very nice, rich oiled leather upper, and just some nice detailing in the webbing and in the lace and a little bit more fun color. But just designed to be that classic do-it-all winter boot, one that you can go out and do all those fun winter activities, your snowshoeing, those very classic performance winter activities, but also could wear around town and just have a great winter boot lifestyle. Again, this is our MidPolar, offered in both men's and women's, 200 grams of insulation rated to -25 or -32 Celsius, and that is the Revel IV collection.